The same bucket and reflected sun example. How many reflected suns are there and how many real suns? Reflected suns are many. Real sun? One. How many individuals are there? Many. Reflected consciousnesses are many. The real consciousness? One. Note also, I am using the word real. The reflected consciousnesses, the reflected suns are false. False in the sense that they are not suns. Reflected consciousness is false. It's an appearance. Why? It looks a lot like consciousness, it feels like consciousness. True, but it is a function of the mind. And the fact is, the moment the mind shuts down in deep sleep, reflected consciousness disappears. We do not have a conscious experience of I am sleeping. Mind is shut down, reflected consciousness is gone. Cover the water in the bucket, no reflected sun. Similarly, when the mind is covered up in deep sleep, no reflected consciousness in the mind, nothing is felt there. But you are the witness of the blankness of the mind. Of even the absence of the mind and reflected consciousness, you, the pure consciousness, are the witness. It's difficult to grasp there. It's subtle, but it's there. That's what we are. So what am I saying here? True sun, one. False reflected suns, many. How many suns? One real. Many reflected. So in the same way, how many individual consciousnesses? There are many, many reflected consciousnesses. One real consciousness. And that consciousness is real, the reflected consciousnesses are false. This much. This means what? Jivatvam cha mrishageyam. The individuality which we feel now. Moment I said the reflected consciousness is false, I have said something quite stunning. I have said this individual person is not real. Think what an incredible claim this is. What we consider to be real all the time is I. I am this real individual person experiencing a world. I am a subject experiencing an object. Now we are saying this individual separate person, separately, consciousness, separate consciousness in this body and mind is not real. What is real is that consciousness which is being reflected in each of our minds. That's what we all are. That is real. That consciousness is Brahman or Atman. Vedanta says, the basic message of Vedanta is Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Jiva Brahmi Vanapara. Brahman alone is real, the world is an appearance, and the Jiva, the individual is none other than Brahman. You and I, the individuals, we are none other than Brahman. Meaning thereby, we are not truly individuals. We are not truly little persons separated from each other, living our little, as the writer said, lives of quiet desperation. No. We are one infinite existence. Swami Ramakrishnanandaji, Sister Devamata, who went from Ananda Ashram, La Crescenta here to India, and she met some of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, and she stayed with in Chennai, in Madras. She had the company, holy company of Ramakrishnanandaji for quite some time, and she's written a wonderful book, Days in an Indian Monastery. There, she records how one day Ramakrishnanandaji was recounting his struggles, how much suffering he went through to establish the work of the order, Swami Vivekananda's work in Madras in those days. So much struggle he went through, so much suffering. And Sister Devamata said, I could not help but feeling indignant. I could not help but feel indignant that such a holy person, such a pure soul would have to go through all this. And she burst out with that feeling and she said to Ramakrishnanandaji that, Swami, why did you have to suffer so much? Why is there so much suffering in your life? And Ramakrishnanandaji got excited. Said, what are you saying? My true life is eternal. This one little life belongs to the Lord. Let Him play with it as He wishes. This individual is not really who you or I am. It's an expression of the infinite reality, Brahman, which you and I truly are. This is what he is saying, Jivatvam cha mrishageyam. Know the individuality to be false. Not in the sense that I don't exist. So are you telling I don't exist, I am false? No. We are saying that you are infinite. You are not a finite individual. You are infinite. You have no birth. Birth belongs to the body. You have no death. Death belongs to the body. Desire and frustration belong to the mind. Hunger and thirst belong to the pranamaya kosha, the prana. Illness and health belong to the prana. Knowledge and ignorance belong to the buddhi. You are that infinite reality which shines upon all of these. They all exist because of you, but they do not limit you. You are not bound by them. So, we are not separate individuals. Jivatvam cha mrishageyam. Know the individuality to be false. Exactly like seeing a rope to be a snake. The classic example in Advaita Vedanta, the snake and the rope in semi-darkness. A rope is sometimes mistaken as a snake. You just see the rope and you think it's a snake. Mistake. A clear error. It's a mistake. There's no real snake there. In the same way, what is he saying? Something tremendous. Brahman alone exists. The Lord alone exists. It is our mistake that instead of knowing our divine nature, we think of ourselves as little human beings. The rope and the snake, God and individual. Brahman and individual, Jiva, Brahman and Jiva. We think of ourselves as Jiva, we are truly Brahman. If, Swami Vivekananda used to say, if only you would know, if only you knew yourself as you truly are. If only you knew yourself as you truly are. If you know that, everything else is done. Nothing else needs to be done. If we do not know that, everything else is in vain. Every struggle will only bring limited, transient results. Nothing will satisfy. Neither wealth, nor knowledge, nor success, nor power, not even religion will give any kind of permanent satisfaction until we know the infinity which is our birthright. Now,